do announcements. You guys, oh, it's doing something. All right, we're doing this now. Everyone shut your mouths. We're doing this now.
Awesome!
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Renwick Field for today's Liberty League semifinal between the Vassar Brewers and the Engineers of RPI. First, the starting lineups for the visitors from Vassar. They come into play with an 11-4 overall record. Number 3, Lee and Baldwin. Number 4, Evie Tolan. Number 7, Phoebe Zanis. Number 8, Dara Davis. Number 9, Isabel Goldstein. Number 11, Melina Harang. Number 13, Jacqueline Palma. Number 16, Zoe Rapecki. Number 17, Brittany Botticelli. Number 20, Julia Trudell. Number 23, Catherine Fiore. In goal for the Brewers, number 1, Kate Hula. Pass was led by head coach Judy Finnerty, assisted by Mark Felch. Now the starting lineup for your RPI Engineers, who come in with a record of 11-4. Number 1, Sarah Bischoff. Number 2, Meg Colis. Number 4, Maeve Conway. Number 6, Michelle Denny. Number 11, Jamie Wakefield. Number 13, Erin Riley. Number 14, Rachel Schofield. Number 17, Marissa Page. Number 18, Lydia Walter. Number 21, Liz Powell. Number 24, Erin Basucci. And in goal for the Engineers, number 35, Erin Amarillo. RPI is led by head coach Leslie Delano. She's assisted by Mackenzie Regal. We ask you now please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, lacrosse fans. Welcome to Renwick Field for today's Liberty League semifinal, the first of two games today here on RPI TV. My name is Perry Lascaris here on your home for RPI Women's Lacrosse. It's the fourth-seeded Vassar Brewers. They come in with a 11-4 overall record. They went 6-3 in the Liberty League. Engineers come in the top seed once again. They went 9-0 in league play for the first time in school history. Their third straight regular season title, 11-4 overall, are the Engineers. And we're about to get things started. On the draw, starting things out will be Aaron Riley for RPI. Engineers wearing their home whites with black and red trim, the Brewers in all maroon. It'll be Dara Davis, the junior from Guilford, Connecticut, on the draw for Vassar. Engineers lead the league, the Liberty League, in draw controls per game at over 14, and we're underway, and it's going to be awarded a draw control to the Engineers. Or no, we're going to do it over again, excuse me. RPI winning the earlier meeting this season, 10-7. That was down at Poughkeepsie. We're going to do the draw control over again. And it's to be picked up by Vassar. Brewers win it. It is Melina Harang, the senior from Bellevue, Washington, to pick it up. And the Brewers do go on attack first here in Troy. An exciting end to RPI season. A couple of big wins over St. Lawrence and Clarkson. 18-4 and 18-3 to finish up the season. But the postseason, a whole new story. Everything starts over, and RPI knows it. They're going to have to come out today to beat a very good Vassar team. On the attack now are the Brewers. Spinning there was Zanis, one of the captains. Zanis now far side, connects there to Leanne Baldwin. Baldwin carrying, trying to get around Wakefield. Engineers play great team defense. Trying to come out of her net was Amarillo to break things up. Now spinning and trying to get a shot off, but there's no room. Good play by Walter, knocked it free. Ball loose and still loose on the field. Loose ball fought for and controlled by the Brewers, and they'll set things up. Good ground ball win there for Rapicki for Vassar. Now Davis turning right hand, fakes the shot, walks in, still Davis. She can't get a shot away. She's swarmed by Engineers and backs it out. Excellent plays so far on both sides of the ball. Lydia Walter nearly forced the turnover there, but it was picked up by the Brewers, and now we get a whistle. And a shove here is going to give, I believe, a free position to the Brewers. It's going to be Zanis with a free position. And whistles, and we're going to do it again. Another free position. No shot attempt there for Zanis. She'll take this one from a tougher angle, however. The free position shot, and it's a goal. Shot high, just under the crossbar. And it's in. Two minutes and 4 seconds in, Vassar has a 1-0 lead. Engineers win the ensuing draw and they head down the field. Now they have it back. It's Riley. RPI trailing 1-0. On a goal by Zanis. Now a turnover. They lost it out of bounds. So not a good start for RPI here, although we're just very early on. Here comes Vassar on the clear. It is successful. First clear of the game. Here's Davis. Behind the net. They work it to Goldstein. Centering pass. That one all the way through, and it's picked up on the other side. Dangerous play. Harang has it. Spinning now is Leanne Baldwin. Dumping it off to Zanis, and now they carry on. Rapecki. Zoe Rapecki from Chicago, Illinois. Dumps it off far side. Handling is Harang. Drop ball, lost it, picked up by the Engineers, Michelle Denny. Unforced error there for Vassar, and Denny has it on the ground ball. Denny spinning through midfield, trying to take it all by herself, and she's going to carry it all the way on the clear. The Engineers have it in the offensive end. Still in trouble, though, dishing it off. Wakefield lost the ball. Dropped by Wakefield and taken back the other way by the Brewers. That one hit her right in the stick. The Brewers are head back the other direction. On the move, it's Evie Tolan, junior from Nyack, New York. Dropping it back is a loose ball controlled by Vassar. Davis flipping it near side, where it's controlled by Harang. Engineers backing off a bit on the ride. They're going to allow the Brewers into the middle of the field, trying to work it loose, and they do for a second. Picked back up by Harang, who's being watched by Riley. Pass back for Rapecki, lost it, but it's illegally taken away by the Engineers. They get Aaron Riley for the contact. Coming up on 4 minutes in to the semifinals here. The Engineers trail Vassar 1-0. It's a completed clear by the Brewers, although it wasn't easy. Toland drops it back off for Harang. Or Rapecki, rather. Now Harang to Rapecki. Zanis. Far side Davis spinning on Conway. Drops it off. Back to the top of the yard. Baldwin trying to get to the net. She's cut off by the sophomore midfielder Bischoff, and now we get a whistle. And I believe we're going to get a free position here, stopping the clock. Free position for the Brewers coming up from almost straight away, although Powell's right out in front of the net, and they're going to move her away. Free position for Julia Trudell, freshman from Newtown, Connecticut. Trudell not going to shoot it. She'll pull it out. And they score it on the near side. I believe it's Davis with the goal. Yep, she dropped her stick. New rules here this season. If you score a goal, you immediately have to drop your stick to get checked. So it will be a goal for the Brewers and Davis. Her 44th of the year. That leads the team. It's a 2-0 Vassar lead. So the Engineers playing from behind early. Draw control upcoming. Shots early in this one are 2-0 Vassar. They have a 2-0 lead. RPI trying to win the draw. Davis nearly had it, bounces off of her shoulder, and Conway will try and track it down. She's battling there with Baldwin. Loose, and the Brewers are getting to most loose balls, and they get to this one as Harang comes away with it. Melina Harang. And the Brewers set things up. Racing with it. Top of the arc is Rapecki. She hands off to Harang. Claimer of that most recent draw control. Davis trying to spin through a double team. Still Davis, watched by Schofield. Engineers just haven't had the ball. They got down the field into the attacking end once and turned it over. Here is Baldwin, junior from Simsbury, Connecticut. Errant pass towards the restraining line. Good play by Masucci to work it free. Aaron Masucci and the Engineers on the break. It's 3-on-3 as they hit the other line. Wakefield, centering pass. Dumping it down low. College shot and a save. Rebound loose in just outside the crease. And it's going to be claimed by the Brewers as the Engineers swarm. No, wait a minute. Yeah, it will be Vassar ball. Colitz wide open on the doorstep. Fired it right into Kate Pula's stick. Pula not having a great season save percentage-wise, just at .400 on the year, but she made the stop there to keep the Engineers off the board. Now a easy clear for the Brewers the other way. Vassar will set things up. It's Isabel Goldstein, team's top point getter on the season, coming in with 55. Far side, Davis trying to work inside. She's a handful for this RPI defense. Now she'll back it out for Baldwin. Baldwin carrying. Hands off for Zanis. Now Rapecki. Rapecki driving the net. A shot and a save by Amarillo. Needed to stop that one. It was a floating shot that was headed high, and Amarillo claimed it. Her first save of the game. Engineers need this. Down 2 goals early. RPI a great team when playing with the lead. They haven't had to come from behind too often. Here's Kolitz wide open in the middle of the field. She'll fling it ahead. Now it's a 3-on-2 down low. Dish it off inside. That was Hager. Engineers keep it behind the net. It's Schofield trying to walk inside. She's tripped up and goes down, and there's no call. Trying to play it back is intercepted by Schofield. Great play by Schofield. Now she'll feed it in the middle. Kolitz trying to back it out now. Vassar had the ball. Now we get a whistle and a stoppage. I believe a timeout's being called. No. Yeah, we will have a timeout. I think RPI is taking this one. Stoppage in play. 21-25 on the clock left, first half. It's 2-0 Vassar. Engineers with the ball. That was just a great individual effort by Schofield. Even though she didn't score, she tried to drive in front. Got the ball knocked loose. Vassar tried to play it back to the goaltender, Pula, but stepping in front was Schofield to make the interception. Very windy, you can hear it through our external microphone. Game 2 today, you can watch here live on RPI TV, features the 2nd seed William Smith Herons and the 3rd seed Union Dutchwomen for a chance to play in tomorrow's championship game. 3 o'clock start tomorrow here at Renwick Field in Troy. Goal scorers in this one, both of course for the Brewers. It was Phoebe Zanis off a free position. Made it 1-0. The goal for Zanis is her 31st of the year. Then Dara Davis picked up her 44th of the year. RPI in a timeout. They'll come out with the ball deep in Vassar territory. Shots are 3-1 Vassar early on. Ground balls 3-2 in favor of the Engineers. Both teams a perfect 3 for 3 on the clear. Turnovers 3 apiece. The draw controls 2-1 to Vassar. Like I said, we're still pretty early here, but the RPI usually the team that comes out on top with the draw controls. That, of course, always means more possessions. Whether you capitalize them or not is the question. Riley drops it back. Now Wakefield. Page. Kolitz. Working behind. Schofield. Team's leader in assists with 21. Wakefield. Now the freshman, Hager, nearly dropped it, or did drop it, but she picked it back up again. Masucci down low for Schofield. She's the playmaker from behind the cage. From Albany. Schofield went to Colony High School. There's a shot and a goal. Aaron Riley finishes that one off. Oh, we get a whistle. No. Thought it hit the net. Maybe she stepped in the crease. I'm not sure. They blow that one dead, though.
Well done, RPI. Do it again.
Fans don't realize it's not a goal. And now it's a clear attempt for Vassar. Poke free by Riley. Breaking up the clear attempt. Now the Engineers have it. Oh, the pass over the head. This will skip out of bounds. Engineers a little bit careless early in this game. They had a chance there on the break. The pass too high for the intended target. That was Hager. Riley did a good job to force the turnover, but then turned it over herself. Vassar back on the clear again. Lost the ball. Hager trying to fight for it. She's knocked down and turn it over to the Engineers. Good work by the freshman. So Vassar twice stopped trying to get it out of their end. Hager has it for RPI. Engineers down 2-0. Spins away, now back into the offensive end across the restraining line. Pass over the top, controlled on the hop by Kolitz. Engineers will set up again. Over 10 minutes in, the Engineers haven't scored yet. You have to think that first goal will work some of the cobwebs out. There's a pass in front, too far out in front of Kolitz, goes right to Pula, and the Brewers have it. The junior goaltender out of Potomac, Maryland. Vassar with a 2-0 lead and the ball. Engineers have turned the ball over 5 times. Connected through the middle. As RPI's ride is causing a lot of problems, and they turn it over again. It's Wakefield takes it away. Engineers exerting the effort needed on defense. Need to find the scoring touch. Good spin move there to get free. That was Bischoff. Dishes it off to Kolitz. Now Riley. Riley, third on the team in scoring with 39 points, 25 goals and 14 assists. Over to Hager, the freshman, and now Schofield. Kolitz again. Missed most of last season with an injury. She's been back in a big way, 60 points so far, 5 away from the single season record. That was matched by the player with the ball right now in Schofield at 65 last year. Centering pass high over the top. It's tracked down maybe by Hager. It's towards the line. She'll scoop it up as Kolitz waited at the restraining line with Vassar's Goldstein. Riley drops it back for Wakefield. This Vassar defense has been as tough, if not more tough, to get through than we've seen at the other end of the field. Of course, the Brewers have the only 2 goals so far. 17:44 left in the first half. Engineers on the attack, trying to break through. Riley. Waiting, drops it off for Wakefield. Pass inside, looking for Page, swatted down. Loose ball, scooped up by the Brewers. Turn it over again. This time it's Wakefield the culprit. Good defensive play made by Vassar's number 4, Evie Tolan. And now a long breakout pass to no one in particular, intercepted again by the Engineers. It's Bischoff with the steal. Off the poor pass from Fiore. And now the Engineers have it. Schofield backing up. She'll carry it all the way out up high. Now she'll dish it off. Still 2-0 Vassar. Hager spinning, working inside, tried to get the shot away. She was knocked down, and we play on. Hager couldn't get the shot off, lost it. Now Zanis loses it, picked off and turned over again. Zanis lost it to Wakefield, who scoops up the ground ball, and the Engineers have it again at the offensive end. Vassar cannot get out of their own end. They've failed a number of clears here. I think it's 3 in a row. Schofield. Now Riley. Riley back for Hager. Coming up on 16 to go. Pass inside looking for Page, and that one's turned over. Referees letting the contact occur. Now we're going to get a whistle and a timeout taken by Vassar, who just can't get out of their own end. 16:59 to go in the first half. It's 2-0 Vassar. Out of the timeout, Vassar, who's now 3 out of 8 on the clear, will work it to center. There's a high pass. They're going to turn it over again, possibly. No, saved by the bell there. As swooping in to grab it was Goldstein. Vassar in the offensive end. There's a whistle on, looks like Walter. Not going to be a free position. I think it's outside the yard. No, it's outside. Not by much. Vassar on the attack here in a blustery, windy day. We've had some rain earlier in the day. It's a semifinal Friday here for RPI. There's a loose ball controlled by Zanis. Had the first Vassar goal. Nice move to get free. Zanis runs into trouble, though, in Wakefield. Dropping it back off for Repecki. Down low, Davis. She had trouble handling that one. RPI men's lacrosse over at Union today at 4 o'clock in their Liberty League semifinal. Women's championship tomorrow at 3. You can watch that live here on RPI TV. The men's finals on Sunday. Don't know the location yet. Most likely, more than likely, RIT, the #1 team in the country. They're hosting St. Lawrence today. Pass inside. That one's broken up. Nobody home. Battling for it, Maeve Conway. She's impeded on her way in. What's the call here? Yep, it's going to be on Vassar. Conway tried to come away with it. So the Engineers force another Vassar turnover. We're over halfway through the first half. RPI still looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time, as they'll back up behind their own net. Vassar led this matchup early in the season, I should note, 7-5 at the break. The Engineers needed a 5-1 second half to come back and win that game 10-8. So while the Engineers have not trailed often this season, they have trailed against this very Vassar team on the road. Outlet pass connects to Riley, and she's off to the races. Feeding it ahead for Schofield. Now here is Bischoff. She'll carry behind the cage. Bischoff for Schofield. Schofield up top for Kolitz. Kolitz, a senior out of East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Hager ran into her defender, that was Harang, and now dumps it off. Bischoff makes the pass and makes a cut through the middle, opening up some space for Schofield. She'll try to play it down low, off the stick of Page, and she'll be able to track it down. She just got a piece of it and got enough of it to keep it from going out of play. Hager. Over to Bischoff. Bischoff getting more and more playing time this year out of Amherst, New York. Didn't see a whole lot of time last year. Riley. The catalyst of this offense. Back to Kolitz again. Kolitz trying to drive the net. Double team comes. She passes it off. Masucci down low for Schofield. Coming up on 12.5 to go in the first half. Schofield trying to work her way in front. Cut off on both sides of the net. She dumps it off to Riley. Changes places. Centering pass in front. Page shoots and she scores! Marissa Page gets the Engineers on the board with a great feed from Erin Riley. And it's 2-1. Great pass there. Finally, the Engineers are able to crack the Brewers' defense. Goal for Page is her 21st of the year. Has the Engineers on the board here. Big goal. Page hadn't scored since the Williams game on April 16th, so that's big for her as well. Draw control, Engineers trying to come away with it. It's kicked forward and controlled by Davis. Another draw control win for the Brewers. It's been the difference in this one so far. They've had the majority of the opportunities here, but it's 2-1 now as Vassar will set things up. Draw is now 3-1 in favor of Vassar. Trying to work the far side of the field was Davis. Drops it back. Trying to work it to the middle. It's knocked free. Amarillo out of her net to make the play. Hands it off to Riley. Riley trying to run past Davis. She has the speed to do so. There goes Erin Riley down the sideline. Finding a wide open Hager in the middle. Hager back in front. Great pass and a goal. What a play by Mackenzie O'Neill to handle that ball first and then stick it home. Off the feed from Hager, and the Engineers tied at 2. Mackenzie O'Neill just onto the field, really. First touch she gets, sticks home. Goal number 6 on the year for O'Neill. With the assist to the freshman Hager. That is her 10th helper on the season. It's 2-2. And now the sun peeking through the clouds here at Renwick Field. Back to the draw. RPI with a new player in there. It's Jamie Wakefield trying to deal with the height of Davis. Riley was having trouble with it. You rarely see the Engineers lose the draw control battle, and they were early on. That one flipped straight back, picked up by Conway. Engineers have it. A new set of players onto the field, including DeLuca right there with the ball for RPI. Hands it off to Kolitz. She's yet to get into the scoring department as RPI's top point getter. feeding it in front, cutting to the net, a shot and a save on the try by Wakefield. Good stop by Pula. It was a low shot that she had to smother in front of the crease. Engineers seem to have cured their turnover bug, which forced them into a couple of empty possessions early on in this game. There's a pass that should have been handled, and the A turned it over again. Kolitz. Dangerous pass in the middle. That one's turned over. Or is it? No. Controlled by the Engineers. Wakefield trying to step in front. Shot it wide. Backed up by... Whose ball is it? They'll say it's going to be RPI ball. DeLuca back there. 10.5 left in the first half. Engineers have come back to tie this game at 2. And they'll set things up on the attack. Schofield. Off for Hager. Now Kolitz. Schofield dishing in front, intercepted by Pula, but kept by the Engineers on the pickup by DeLuca. Good awareness there by the sophomore in DeLuca to jump on that loose ball. RPI's other freshman out there now, it's Carly Kirchner out of Niskayuna. Handled the ball momentarily, now it's Schofield. In front, Kolitz rips one, and that one is turned away. Just getting a piece was Pula, tip it over the bar. The Engines will keep it on the backup by Wakefield. 9.5 left. Engineers with some sustained pressure here. They trailed 2-0 early, but they've come back to tie it. Start things up, it's going to be Hager with it. Has an assist today in RPI's second goal. Dishing it back to O'Neill, a pass was behind her, loose ball. Kirchner trying to pick it up, lost it. And it's going to be Vassar who comes away with it. Goldstein on the run. Trying to break out for Vassar, lost it on the poke check there. Still loose, and she picks it back up again. Now she's all tied up with Bischoff, and she's going to get the whistle here. Bischoff had her stick wrapped around the head of Goldstein, forcing the whistle. It's been a very physical game here. Open on the side of the net, trying to run behind is Baldwin. She was cut off nicely by Mackenzie O'Neill. Brewers with it. Chance to retake the lead. It's Dara Davis. Davis has a goal today. Running with it is Baldwin. Back to Zanis, the other goal scorer for the Brewers. Trying to step around DeLuca, and DeLuca's going to get whistled here. Outside the arc is Zanis. She's going to shoot anyway. Shot was blocked. I'm not sure who got it. Still loose. Zanis shot save by Amarillo. Might have been getting stick checked while she took that shot. There wasn't a lot on it. Amarillo kept it out anyway. It was a long outlet pass to Flex. It's a loose ball at midfield. Coming over Schofield. Great at picking those up. She has the ground ball. Schofield, one of the top ground ball players on the team. Comes in with 42. That leads the club, in fact. There's a loose ball turned over as Hager couldn't handle the long pass. And Vassar will regain possession. RPI couldn't get it into the attacking end. Vassar with an outlet pass and a dangerous one that goes bounding through the middle of the field. Scooped along for Baldwin. And that's unorthodox, but it looks like it's going to work out for Vassar as they'll gain the offensive restraining line and work into the attack. To the side of the net goes Trudell. Back up top for Rapecki. And now Zanis. In the middle, shot and a goal right through the wickets goes Davis for her second of the game, and Vassar retakes the lead 3-2. Brewers end the scoring run for RPI as they find the net. The goal for Davis, as I mentioned, her second of the game. That is her 45th of the year. Most on this Brewers squad. Davis out of Guilford, Connecticut. Brewers have won 4 straight games, all in league play, of course. Clarkson, St. Lawrence, Rochester, and RIT. The last 2 tighter games. The first 2 Last three have been pretty tight, actually. They only beat St. Lawrence 7-5, and they only beat Rochester 10-9. You look at those results, and you say RPI shouldn't have a tough time with this team, but it's the playoffs, and the Engineers did play a much tighter contest earlier this year. There's another draw control win for Vassar. All the way back, an errant pass. This may run over the end line. Will there be room? Scooped up at the last second over there by Botticelli. Playing it back over the head of everybody. Is staying in it will stay in again. Brewers are playing with fire on these passes. It's found through the middle, and now they'll work it free. Repecki trying to get through this RPI ride. They're going to work it to the middle of the field. Loose ball picked up by Harang. They finally get it clear. I can't tell if Vassar's doing this on purpose or not, but they're not making an easy go of it. Getting out of their own end. Here's Davis. Slowly going into the attack. Davis trying to work on Conway. Still Davis. Driving inside. Now the double team comes. Lofted over the top. Baldwin, a little bit of space to work, trying to get around Wakefield. She does. Shot goes wide, backed up by Goldstein behind the cage.
Nice try.
5.5 left in the first half. A low-scoring half. Look at the goal totals for RPI. Their last three games, 15, 18, 18. In wins over Skidmore, St. Lawrence, and Clarkson. They averaged a little over 12 goals a game on the year. Davis dishing it to the side of the cage. Centering pass, looking for Zanis. That one's broken up. A loose ball controlled by Powell, and she was fouled. And the Engineers will head back the other way. Good break up there by Liz Powell. The senior will start things out for RPI with a little under 5 left in the half. Engineers back down again. They're losing 3-2. Powell cut off at the sideline. She'll play it back for Wakefield. Wakefield back for Amarillo, who's about 15 yards out of her net. Flinging it forward for Powell. And now Powell will race to the middle of the field, trying to find some room. Pass caught far side by Hager. Trying to run her to the sideline. She spins to the middle of the field. Over to Bischoff. Bischoff. She's cut off, but spins through both of them and gets free. Looked like she was going to lose it there. Now Mackenzie O'Neill has RPI's second goal. Kirchner. For Riley. O'Neill again. Fake to pass, lost the ball on the handle. Battling for it, Zanis, she takes it away. This Vassar team very athletic, and they use it to their advantage to force the turnover there. Zanis. Far side for Trudell. Trudell hands it off again. Oh, lost it for a second. Scooped up by Walter. That was just mishandled by the sophomore Isabel Goldstein. And now one of the better transition defenders in the league, Walter, will carry it all the way up the field. Dishes it off to Schofield back into the game. She sat out for a second, but she's back in there. 3-2 Vassar. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in the first half. Here's DeLuca. For Hager. Now Carly Kirchner. Schofield. Mackenzie O'Neill joins the play, and now Hager again. Kirchner. DeLuca on the carry. Engineers very deliberate with the offense. Schofield will carry it here behind the cage. Looking for a cutter, backs off. Schofield looks to do it herself now. Feeds it behind. O'Neill, centering pass. Knocked down on the play was Riley, and the ball comes loose towards the restraining line. Picked up by Davis, and she's off to the races. Michaela Dean trying to track her down, showing good speed. She'll at least catch up with her a bit, but Davis a little bit of a step on her. Loose ball, knocked free by Goldstein. Now Amarillo out to try and play it. Powell gets pushed in the back, and I believe the Engineers are going to get the call here. They will. Powell had that ball corralled between her legs, and she was pushed from behind by Baldwin. Powell behind her own cage. Now Amarillo into the back of the net. She can pick it up with the glove hand and reset. A little bit of pressure on Amarillo. Finds Walter. Brewers collapse on Walter quickly. Here is Michaela Dean for the Engineers. Dean, a sophomore from Southington, Connecticut, feeds Bischoff wide open on the wing. Into Schofield. She'll set up behind the net. Schofield for Masucci. And now DeLuca for Wakefield. Engineers using just about everybody early in this half, but a minute to go in it. Down a goal. Engineers would love to tie the game before the halftime whistle. Schofield. Off to Wakefield. High pass off the stick of DeLuca towards the sideline, but Bischoff's there. Bischoff for Schofield. She'll handle. Great team defense play by the Brewers in this first half. We get a whistle here. Maybe illegal defense, I'm not sure. Free position coming for the Engineers. See who they're going to give this to. Looks like DeLuca. So maybe a chance here for RPI. Not a real good angle for DeLuca to work from. Will she shoot is the other question. 34 seconds, 35 really left in the half. Here's DeLuca. Switches to her left, fires, and it was deflected maybe. It went wide. Engineers back it up, I believe. Yeah, Colts is back there. Just a few seconds right off the clock. There was a shot attempt there for DeLuca. She's now 1 for 5 on the season in free positions. And she'll lose the ball on the ground there. Jumping into the play, Conway. Nice job to jump on across the line there by DeLuca to not be offside. 15 seconds left in the half. Faking a shot was Schofield. Trying to drive in, she was held. Free position coming for the Engineers and Rachel Schofield. Schofield 4 for 6 on the season on free position. She'll surely looking to be shooting here. With just under 12 seconds left in the half. Schofield fakes a shot, takes a shot, save made by Pula. Loose ball with 6 seconds, controlled by the Brewers. They'll flip it out towards the middle of the field. 1 second, and the horn will sound, ending the first half of play. RPI with chance after chance. Pula's made a couple of big saves to keep Vassar on top through 30 minutes, including that last one there, Rachel Schofield, from almost straight on with a free position opportunity. But Kate Pula held strong for Vassar. We're going to be back here with your second half of play on RPI TV. Your score at the break is the Vassar Brewers 3 and the Engineers 2. You're watching live coverage of the Liberty League Women's Lacrosse Tournament on RPI TV.
Oh yeah, we're so good. Yeah, I've never had anything below D. I might not be able to keep it up for this semester. Actually, do this with your hand. No. Wait. Yeah, I guess. But essentially you just curl to the That's why it's the right hand. You use the left hand. I use the left hand on this one. I did that on a physics test once also. I got in the back.
No, I'm confusing this game with who and Holly played up in Middlebury. Okay, that's where I thought we were going. Remember that game we went to? And it was kind of. Yes, this is Nova. He's 8.5. Bring him along. So far, so good.
All right, RPI!
Actually, one of the trash bags up there.
Getting set here for the second half, RPI and Vassar. The Brewers with a 3-2 lead. After the Engineers went undefeated through the regular season, 9-0. RPI 25-2 over the last 3 seasons in league play. They've won the last 2 league tournaments as well, looking for the three-peat, and Vassar has proved a worthy adversary for the Engineers as they win the opening draw, and that's been big. That is big, I should say. As Vassar, through the first half of play, won, 4 out of the 7 draw controls, so Engineers with a big win there. They were 4-2 in the first half, I should say. RPI wins the first of the second. Here's Meg Kolitz trying to get on the board for the first time. Walking in front, she was pushed, I believe. She's going to get a draw control from the very edge of the arc here. So Kolitz to try to get the Engineers tied. Kolitz on free position attempts, just 2 for 7 this season. This is a tough angle. See if she shoots it. Kolitz walking in front, fires off the post and in! What a shot by Meg Kolitz. And that ties the game. 3-3. Goal number 45 on the season for Meg Kolitz from the free position. Just her 3rd in 8 attempts this year. But a big one here, ties the game at 3. Goal, a career goal, number 98 for Meg Kolitz. And point number 61 on the season. So we're knotted at 3. Taking the draw now, it looks like Michelle Denny for RPI. So the Engineers are throwing different people out there to combat Goldstein. And Goldstein wins it cleanly. Make it Davis, rather. She's been out there every time. I apologize. Looked like Goldstein for a second. Draw control win for the Brewers. Looking to answer right back. It's 3-3. Second half, not a minute old. Goldstein, stutter step move, got free for a second from Walter, but Lydia Walter, the junior defender, recovers. Zanis for Vassar. Defended by Riley. Zanis spinning, Riley up. Shoulder to shoulder with her. Keeping her away. Davis, watched by Maeve Conway. Davis spinning, double team comes, shot bounced over the top of the net, controlled on the ground ball by Goldstein. Now a whistle, and they're going to catch I think Walter here for the stick infraction. A little advantage for Vassar behind the RPI cage to see if they look to take advantage or just slow things up again. Carrying to the side of the net, recovering Walter. Centering pass, working in front, a shot and a goal. Vassar back on top. This time it's Julia Trudell, the freshman, with the goal. Her first of the game and 25th of the season. She's 4th on the team in scoring, goals that is, and points. Her 30th point of the campaign. So Vassar back in front now, 4-3. Engineers have had 3 different goal scorers, Page, O'Neill, and Kolitz. For Vassar, Dara Davis has 2. Phoebe Zanis has 1, and now Trudell gets on the board. We've had intermittent sun, now it's shining down at Renwick Field. Okay, the weather here is deceptively cool. It looks a lot warmer than it is. Bounding ball towards the RPI cage. This could turn into a break for Vassar if they want to hurry. Harang dumping it off far side. Trudell lost it on the carry. Battling for it. Good screen, and it's fought off, and Liz Powell comes away with it. She'll find Denny. Denny feeding it forward. High pass. Nice corral there by Page. Page feeding it forward for Wakefield. Engineers want to hurry. Wakefield inside the arc. Fires a shot off the post. Loose ball controlled by Page. Page will take it right to the net. Now she's warded off a bit. As coming over to help defensively was Catherine Fiore, the senior out of Essex Fells, New Jersey. Loose ball side of the cage. Turning and shooting in one motion was Riley. And it's controlled behind the net by Masucci. Schofield. Side of the net. Back and forth action here. The Engineers down 1. Schofield. Side of the cage. Working her way in front. Cut off by the double team. Finds Wakefield. Masucci lost it for a second. Picks it back up before the defense can come. That was Harang playing off a bit. Kolitz has RPI's most recent goal. She gets double team. Wakefield on the move. Carry left hand. Triple team. Spins away. Low shot and she scores. What a shot by Jamie Wakefield. And we're tied at 4. Wakefield doing it herself there for her 25th goal of the season. Game knotted up 4 apiece. Engineers have never led in this game. It's been Vassar who got out to a real good start, offensively and defensively. They led 2-0 for the better part of the first half, but the Engineers' offense came to life just a bit at the end of the half, and they really could have or should have tied the game, but if not for Kate Pula between the pipes for Vassar. 2:59 into half number 2, and there's a draw control win for Michelle Denny, the senior out of Lusby, Maryland. Finds Walter and now Conway. Engineers jumping into the attack. It's Conway on the move. Conway for Kolitz. Kolitz setting up a move, driving to the middle, takes a shot and scores through 2 defenders, and the Engineers have the lead. What a play by Meg Kolitz, her second goal of the game, 46th of the season, excuse me. And that gives RPI the 5-4 lead. Kolitz had 3 goals and an assist. In RPI's a 10-8 win over Vassar. That came back on March 29th. Down in Poughkeepsie at Weinberg Field. Back to midfield for the draw. Engineers finally in front. Loose ball, the Engineers have it. It's Conway. Riley. Into the middle for Wakefield. A shot and a save there. May have hit the post. I can't tell from here. Anyway, it popped out. And it'll be Baldwin on the move. Spinning around at midfield. And now Zanis. Zanis twisting and turning, finds Davis on the wing. Working on Conway. Vassar trails for the first time today. Took one up high, did Davis there from Conway. Got away with it. Zanis trying to make a move. Cut off for a second. Shot bounced on goal, save made by Amarillo. Used the body there to turn that one away. Big stop by the RPI junior netminder and the new president of the union, Aaron Amarillo. Don't get to say that too often, if ever. The election's not more than 2 weeks ago. There's a outlet pass, connects to Kolitz, and she's on the move. Kolitz right down the middle. Will the defender come? Takes a shot, and she scores. There it is, 100 goals from Meg Kolitz, and the Engineers have a 6-4 lead. You're not going to see a shot from too much further out than that on the goal for Kolitz. And I believe we're going to have a timeout on the field. I think Vassar's taking a timeout here. We're going to have a stoppage, 25:04 left to go in the second half. The Engineers have taken a 6-4 lead on Meg Kolitz's third goal of the game and 100th of her collegiate career. So it will be a Vassar timeout.
Congratulations to RPI's Meg Kolitz for her 100th career goal.
Give you a stats update here. We're about 5 minutes into the second half. RPI now with its largest lead of the game at 6-4. Meg Kolitz with 3 second half goals, including, if you heard over the PA, her 100th of her career. Draw controls still favor Vassar 6-5. Engineers came in averaging over 14 a game as far as draw controls are concerned. But it's been the Brewers hanging around, and that's really what's kept them within striking distance. Ground balls 11-8 in favor of RPI. Shots are 16-9 Engineers. Kate Pula, 5 saves for Vassar. She's been big. Two stops for Aaron Amarillo. Engineers looking to advance to tomorrow's championship game. We'll have who RPI will face. We'll find out at 4 o'clock. That's game 2 of today's doubleheader semifinals from Renwick Field. It'll be William Smith taking on Union for the right to face our game 1 winner. Draw control loose in RPI's half, and it's controlled by the Brewers again, although it's knocked loose. Never really had it. Now the Engineers do. It's Schofield. Runs into the official and into Harang, and it's going to be a RPI ball. It was kind of an awkward situation. We had a referee and Harang and Schofield all in the same spot at once, and ball popped loose, but the Engineers are rewarded with it. Or awarded it, I should say. Now here comes Wakefield across the restraining line into the offensive territory. Wakefield all the way behind the cage. She has a goal today. Wakefield driving to the side of the net, dishes it off for Kolitz. Try to run without the ball as it skips by her, but Kolitz go back and grab it. Kolitz stops on a dime, kicks it back out to Schofield. Vassar changing things up defensively. Looks like they're playing more of a zonal defense as they work it behind the cage. Wakefield, centering pass. One-timer score, what a play! Aaron Riley fires home from Schofield, and it's 7-4. The goal for Riley is her first of the game. And her 26th of the year. Credit the assist to Schofield. That's her 22nd helper of the season. That leads the team. 7-4, RPI's opened up the lead with 24:07 left. Still plenty of time. Engineers don't want to sit on this lead, especially if we've seen how athletic this Vassar team is. They're able to get to draw controls as well, so really no lead safe when a team is winning draws like they are. And they're going to win another one here, it looks like. Although it's not handled well by Baldwin. She feeds it ahead. It's nearly picked off, and it is by Michelle Denny. Another turnover on the Brewers. She just fires it up the field, but Page is there. Lobbed forward for Riley. Too far for her. Can she get there? Trying to swat at it. Lost it. And it's controlled by the Brewers on the turnover. Although it's thrown right forward and given away. That's Botticelli right back to the Engineers, and they turn it over. Goodness gracious. There's a no whistle. Tripped up was Harang, and now we're going to play on. Harang trying to handle the ball. She's double teamed, and finally some sense to the madness here as the Brewers will control on the offensive end. That's just not very good lacrosse either way. It's finally settled down by the Brewers. We've seen much better control of the ball out of these two teams, especially RPI. Both teams being pretty careless. There's a near turnover as Goldstein nearly lost it. She did, forced nicely by Walter. Lydia Walter forces it free. It's picked up, I believe, by Conway on the ground ball, and now the Engineers will outlet up the middle. A little bit of room for Powell. She'll carry it forward and complete the clear. And then she threw it low, and they lost it. Hager had that ball skip right by her, but that's all Powell there.
Let's go, Vassar!
Turnovers are mounting on both sides. The Brewers have turned it over 16 times. RPI now with 11 turnovers. Make it 12. Vassar out of their own end now. Engineers have a chance to set things up defensively. Trying to cut in the middle of the field is Harang, and she'll have no problem entering the offensive end. Harang trying to take it right to the net, ran into a couple Engineers, and she got bailed out here. Free position coming up for Harang. Harang 0 for 2 on the free position this season. May not look to shoot here. There's a lot of traffic in front. She won't at all. High pass hauled in on the far side by Trudell. Trudell trying to move around. Bischoff driving to the net, holding that stick up high, lost it on the carry. And we get a whistle here, and it's going to be Vassar ball. Goldstein will restart. Is this on the arc? I can't tell. Looks like, no, it's off of it. I can see it now. Red line on a green field. There's a loose ball knocked away by Powell, and she stole it out of the air. What a play on the catch by Liz Powell. Now she's double teamed. Goldstein tried to whack it free, but couldn't get her stick on it. She'll play it back to Amarillo, will Powell. And now Conway, the sophomore, will carry ahead. From Del Mar, New York, not too far from here. Up ahead for Wakefield. Good pass and connection. Wakefield. Inside the 8-meter, dishes it off. Centering pass wide open is Page. She put it wide. Backed up by Wakefield. That should have been 8-4. Page was all alone with Pula. Now a centering pass all the way through. Kolitz is already at the top of the arc to pick it up. Kolitz firing from outside, and they're saved by Pula. That's the second time Kolitz has tried to shoot from that far out. The first time she was successful. She fired it inside the post, but that time Pula made the save. And there's a loose ball. Kolitz may track this down. She should just let it out. She will. It was off of a Vassar stick, and they turn it over again on the clear. Brewers have had a horrendous time on the clear today. Now 10 for 17. Engineers a perfect 12 for 12. O'Neal tiptoes through danger there and feeds it over to DeLuca. You combine with the draw control wins with the poor effort, the solid effort on the draw control for Vassar with the poor one on the clear, and it's kind of a wash. Engineers have a 7-4 lead and the ball with under 20 to go in regulation. Hager feeds it over to Wakefield. Kolitz, 3 goals here in the second half. The difference right now. Feeding it in the middle, read well and stolen by Davis. And she's off to the races, although she's cut off nicely by Kirchner. Slowing down this Vassar breakout. Lob forward, just into the game. I should know it's Jacqueline Palma. Haven't seen a lot of her, but they get it ahead to Zanis. Zanis down the middle. A break maybe for Vassar. Zanis scoring in the first half. Just the 1 goal. Now the Brewers will set up. Down by 3. This is the largest lead of the game for either team. Centering pass behind the intended target. Powell's going to try and track it down. Good work, though, by Trudell to come up with that one. Making a move is Sophia Rossetti. Feeding it in front. Trudell scores to make it 7-5, excuse me. Good pass from Rossetti. Sophia Rossetti, a junior from Bethesda, Maryland. It's the first I've seen of her. I think she just came into the game, but she's there for the assist on the goal. That is Rossetti's 8th assist on Trudell's 26th goal. It's her second today, I believe. Yes, it is Trudell's second goal of the day. 2 for Davis, 2 for Trudell, 1 for Zanis for Vassar. For the Engineers, 3 for Kolitz, and then 1 each for O'Neal, Wakefield, Riley, and Page. Draw control, and a big one. Knocked forward, controlled by Riley. She's good at that. That's the 60th draw control for Riley of the season. That leads the team. Feeding it in front, wide open Page. That one stopped by the back leg of the goaltender Pulo. That's the second time Page has not been able to convert. She's been left wide open. Now on 2 occasions. But Vassar dodges that bullet. As they still trail by 2, they look to break out of their own end. Riley, a little over-aggressive there, gets the foul called. It was tight. Came in with the shoulder a little bit, I guess that's what the call is. Botticelli works it far side for Vassar. Down the sideline comes Palma, one of the 3 captains for this Brewers team. Whistle on DeLuca of the Engineers. Vassar still has it. They're successful with the clear, down by 2, under 17.5 to go. And they'll set things up. The other captains for the Brewers, Harang and Zanis. Behind the cage, it's Rossetti. I don't think she played in the first half, but she's been out there now. Davis double teamed. Finds Zanis. Getting some room in the middle. Can't get around Masucci, and the whistle, and I believe a free position coming. Zanis from basically straight on with a free position opportunity. Zanis came into play today 6 for 9 in the free position. She has a free position goal already, so 7 for 10, and then make it 8 for 11. As she buries that one. Second goal of the game for Zanis, second from the free position, and it's a 1-goal game again. 16:51 to go. Momentum swinging back in the favor of the visitors here, the 4th seed Vassar Brewers, as they've now netted 2 in a row. Draws 8-6 Vassar as they head to the center circle. Riley's out there up against Davis again. It's flung forward in the Engineers' offensive direction, but it's scooped up by Enya Cunningham. Cunningham dishes it off to Harang. Popped out of her stick by Riley, and you can't have it. You can't push the stick towards the body. That's where the whistle comes. You have to pry the stick away from the body. That's why it's so tough to work the ball free when the ball's being carried like that. The maneuver is a tough one. They work on it all the time, but it's just hard to master. To not get the foul called. If you knock the stick towards the body, it's a whistle right away. So the Brewers on the attack, looking for the tying goal. That's Amarillo out of her net to try and make a play. Brewers will back it off. Mishandled for a second by Rossetti. Still loose, and a whistle once again. This time Rossetti bailed out for the mishandle as Conway's whistled for the infraction there. Rossetti again with it. Over to Davis. And now Goldstein. 7-6 RPI with the lead. Still a long way to go. We're just halfway through this second half. Davis trying to work on Conway. Goldstein lost it for a second. She's being defended by Lydia Walter, one of the top defenders in the league. Leads the team in caused turnovers. There's a whistle here, and Vassar will keep it. Speaking of Walter, she leads the team with 24 caused turnovers to go along with 26 ground balls. Also has a couple goals this season. Not afraid to carry it out of the defensive end if she's able to work it loose. Here's Harang. Trying to get around Marissa Page. She's got a goal today. Now Rossetti. Defended by DeLuca. Davis looking to shoot. She was turned away on the double team. Goldstein. Harang. Still Harang. Works inside of Schofield. Pass to the side of the net. It was a little bit behind the intended target, Zanis, but she's able to control it. And she'll back things out. Vassar trying not to make a mistake here at the offensive end. Davis behind the net now, trying to lose Conway. Back behind the cage. It's poked free by Conway. Davis picks it up. Double team comes. Loose ball again. Davis has it. She looks to move towards the net now. Someone should be open on the back door. There it is. Rossetti fires. Saved by Amarillo. Big stop there. Just her third of the game. But that one the biggest of the bunch, as the Engineers were very close to being tied once again, but they're not, thanks to the junior out of Griswold, Connecticut, Erin Amarillo. Trying to fill the shoes of Allie Arnold, who may be the best goaltender in this school's history. Now a loose ball off the stick of Page. Back to Amarillo. We knew at the start of the season it was going to be tough to try and replace Arnold. But Amarillo's done a heck of a job this season, starting every game for the Engineers. RPI completing the clear as they navigate the middle of the field. It's Lydia Walter who finally carries in. 12:54 left in the second half. We get a whistle here and I believe a timeout. Or we get a legal defense. We'll see. No timeout. It's just a whistle. Not quite sure what the call is. RPI is going to keep it. They're going to gain an advantage. They're going to put Cunningham behind Kolitz here. Or Walter, rather. Or it is Kolitz. My apologies. Kolitz will start things out. She'll try to go right to the net. No, she'll play it behind. Schofield. Player down in front of his Kolitz. Centering pass. DeLuca. Running out of room. Lost the ball. as it's knocked free by the Brewers. I believe that was Evie Toland who knocked it loose. They're going to find the goaltender, Pula. And now Vassar. Down the middle, it's Zanis. She's got a lot of green to work with. Zanis being chased down by Riley, who made up a lot of ground. It's work free. Still loose. Riley trying to dig it loose, and she has it. Erin Riley came all the way from the attacking third to break up that play. What a hustle effort. And now here's Kirchner. And the Engineers up one. Calling for the ball is Michelle Denny. Now she's clearing out some space. Kirchner down the wing behind the goal. And RPI will slow it down. Erin Riley in attack here for RPI. She does it at the offensive end. Over 40 points on the season once again for the second straight year. But there made a great defensive play. Forcing the turnover. Schofield, there's Kolitz falling down again. I'm not sure if that's not on purpose or not, but she's fallen down twice right in front of the net. Schofield. Kicks it all the way back up to Kolitz. Hands it back to Schofield, side of the cage. Kolitz driving Schofield driving the middle, finds DeLuca, switches to the left hand and scores. Great move by Erin DeLuca. And the Engineers have a 2-goal cushion again. First goal of the game for DeLuca. That's her 8th of the season. She dodged right, spun left-hand carry, fired it home. So a little bit of breathing room for RPI. But as we've seen, leads can evaporate quickly. And another draw control coming. Draws 9-6 Vassar. Talked about at the top of the broadcast, but RPI averaging over 14 draws a game. That's tops in the league. They're also the leading team as far as winning margin among league teams at almost 4 goals a game. Engineers win by. It's been helped out, of course, a little bit by their last 2 regular season games. As Riley throws this ball into trouble, it's bailed out, however. She is by Schofield, who comes over to grab that one now. A nice catch by Kirchner, and the Engineers are on the attack again. Big draw win for RPI, leading by 2. They look to add to their lead here as Kolitz has it. Now Denny. Over to Kirchner. Popped out of her stick, but she's able to track it down. Mackenzie O'Neill gets free. Now feeding Kolitz, cutting to the net. She's double teamed. Somehow holds onto the ball. Still Kolitz to the net. Fired it wide. What a play by Kolitz. Nearly turning nothing into something there. She was double teamed and looked to be pinned down, but got free and got a shot off, although it was a lefty shot. Now she'll pick it back up again off the feed from Kolitz on the restart. DeLuca over to O'Neill. O'Neill, sophomore from Duxbury, Massachusetts, will have the ball again. O'Neill with a goal today. Over to Schofield. Schofield working her way inside. Thought about a shot. Passed it off to O'Neill, and she scores it. What a play by Schofield. Drawing the defense and Pula over to her side. Or Pula, excuse me. And the Engineers are back on top by 3. Second goal of the game for Mackenzie O'Neill. That is O'Neill's 7th of the season. We're going to have a timeout taken on the field. 9:16 left in the second half. It's 9-6 RPI.
dog tied up in the pole. I'm kidding. He's kidding. He's actually not taking the dog. Yes, also there's like two groups of but still, not that hard. Hold up the sign. They laugh and they hate that. We don't know. In fact, if you're not enough tape, it's not gonna work. That's the best. That's the best. That's one of the best. I know. That's the one that's passable. No, just take like the other side and replace it with that one. No. That's why you're always strong. Right? That's totally why. If I'd been there, I would have put it down. But because I wasn't there, no one told me.
Let's go, Vassar! Let's go right now. Now, VC. Now.
All right, 9-6 Engineers, draw coming up. Tap to the far side of the field. Schofield battling for it, as is Bischoff for RPI, but it's going to be Goldstein who comes away with it for Vassar. 3-on-3 down low. They'll set things up behind the cage. Isabel Goldstein with it for RPI. Looking for her first goal of the game is Goldstein. Under 9 to go. Vassar has the ball. Baldwin lost it between her feet for a second, but finds Zanis. 2 goals for her today. Now Davis working inside, hit the crossbar, and she's down in a heap. Davis slow to get up. Looks like she might have caught a stick up high. We have a whistle here. The game has been stopped. We have an errant stick. Must have been. Davis. They wear those face guards or masks, and it, so they don't protect a whole lot. Really, just the eyes, and we got hit in the nose or in the cheekbone or something. Anyway, we're back to action. Davis stays in the game. Engineers survive that one as the ball hit the crossbar, and RPI was able to come away with a loose ball. Powell in her own end, lost it for a second. She's being hounded there by Davis. She'll play it back to Amarillo. Now Davis comes over to pester Amarillo, using the net as a screen. She looks to dish it off. There's Conway's wide open, finds her. Conway through the middle of the field. That ball skipped by Walter. It's scooped along by Hager, and the Engineers keep it. Well, that's not how they drew it up, but RPI will keep the ball. And now Walter throws it over the head of Kolitz and out of bounds. So an unforced error there on the Engineers. Turn it back to Vassar with 7:22 left in the second half. Brewers trapped a bit in their own end. Harang plays it back. And now Botticelli gives it off to Pula. And now Cunningham trying to turn without the ball there. It was Tolan. She lost it, and the Engineers take it away. Wakefield locked it loose, and Schofield picked it up. Wakefield taking it right to the net, bounces it in! It's a goal, and it's 10-6, Engineers. Second goal of the game for Wakefield. Her 26th of the season. The unassisted tally comes with 6:53 left, and RPI now has its largest lead. Can the Brewers answer like they did the last time the Engineers went up? RPI took a 7-4 advantage early in this half, but Vassar scored 2 straight to make it 7-6. Engineers are the ones answering that run right now with 3 in a row. Reminder, William Smith and Union coming up. Scheduled start time 4 p.m. It all really depends on when this one ends. I believe the teams get a half hour of warm-up time. As we have a whistle and a loose ball off the draw, Davis got whacked. She's already dealing with the blow to the head not too long ago, but she's granted that draw control, and the Brewers have it. On the attack, falling down was Powell. Trudell plays it back for Baldwin. Behind the net. Now in front, losing it on the carry, but a whistle goes. Rapecki had it knocked off her stick, but illegally. I think. Yeah, free position coming here for Rapecki. She looked to shoot it, and her stick was impeded, and the ball goes out of play. Good stick. I'm not sure who that was. It might have been Schofield, but the shot went way over the top, denying the free position opportunity for Rapecki. She came in just 1 for 7 on free position tries. Now 1 for 8. Goldstein working her way in front, takes a low shot, saved by the goaltender, Amarillo. That was a good stop. It was a low shot by Goldstein. But Amarillo there with another big save. And now she gets the ball back from Walter. Wide open is Riley on the near side. Amarillo finds her. A lot of room to work. Riley dodges inside, then moves back to the outside. And carries it all the way up the field for the successful clear for the Engineers. Whistles and a timeout called by Riley and the Engineers. We'll take a quick break. 5:28 left. In this one, the Engineers have a 10-6 lead.
Don't break any members. Technically, that e-board member is an active member. They own a share. And we need to redefine that also. We need to redefine that because what we need to for our amazing.
We had a female and a male.
Everybody got it.
Such a lot.
It's not going to fly. We own a shirt. You own
And he doesn't shed. Oh, yeah? Yep. But that means you got to keep up. Oh, I actually enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny. The more you do it with him, the more he kind of enjoys it. So it's kind of, it is kind of. I would say definitely get a week. I don't think he's big. I think he's just
Back to action here. The Engineers calling that last time out. They lead 10-6, 5.5 left. And they're going to look to cut into this clock as Riley will restart. Finds Kolitz. RPI will go into its stall offense here. We'll see how Vassar tries to combat it. They're sending one player now. They'll eventually have to send two unless the Engineers turn it over. You might see Pula jump out and try to intercept something here, or just provide some pressure. Schofield. Engineers putting the ball in the hands of their most capable here. Kirchner running this one all the way back towards the restraining line, and that's a dangerous play, but it connects to DeLuca. Vassar doing a pretty good job here. They nearly forced the turnover there. Now Riley in front, walking in front, shooting and scoring. It's a goal for Riley. Assist to Schofield. And it's 11-6. That's the price you pay if you're Vassar. You have to go out and pressure. But that left Riley wide open in front of the net to make it 11-6. The goal for Riley is her second of the game. Schofield's second assist. 27 goals now for Aaron Riley. And the Engineers lead balloons to 5. Still the draws favor Vassar by 11-7 margin. But the Brewers have turned it over 20 times. Davis with another draw win. She's been great. Now she's whacked on the top of the head by Riley. We may see a card come out here. Yep, she knows it. She's headed right to the sideline. Yellow card to Aaron Riley. So Dara Davis is taking a beating in this game. Continues to fight through it. Another draw control for her. That is now 5 draw controls for Davis. She's almost equal the Engineers' team draws with 7. Zanis lost the ball, picked up by Schofield. And the Engineers have an all-important possession of the ball here. Let's see what they do with it. It's Powell. Powell slipping her way through her own end, fed forward to Conway. She's met for a second there by Baldwin, but gets through it. Now Bischoff, knocked loose. Zanis takes it away. And some confusion on whose ball it is. It should be Vassar's, and it is. As Vassar quickly swarmed around Bischoff and forced the turnover. Engineers unsuccessful on that clear, I believe, for the first time today. Lob it back to the middle for Davis. One player to beat. It's Walter. Davis spinning. Good help there from DeLuca. Now firing is Davis, and she scores. 11-7. Vassar back to within 4. The goal for Davis is her third of the game. And 46th of the year. Unassisted goal. She's really been a one-man wrecking crew, or one-woman wrecking crew, I should say, for this Vassar team. Talked about the 5 draw controls, now the team best 3 goals. She's matched up with Riley again. Vassar needing just about every draw here if they want any chance of coming back. 3:26 left. 4-goal RPI lead. And there's another collision there. Davis thinks it's hers. And it's Schofield's mask was knocked off. Referees have a decision here. I'm not sure if they know. Oh, they're giving it to Vassar. Goldstein with it this time. And they'll race forward. In front, Trudell couldn't handle it, and Amarillo comes out to grab it. She is being double teamed, just flings it upfield for Wakefield. Wakefield has it. Vassar, I'll tell you one thing, Vassar, the Brewers get to the ball very quickly with numbers. It's caused some problems for RPI in this game. But they connect. Here's Hager. 3-on-1 down low if the Engineers hurry. I'm guessing they don't want to. As Delano calls them off and slows things up. 2.5 to go. Schofield carrying right to the middle of the field. Make it Masucci rather. And now Kirchner. Engineers trying to kill off the rest of this game. O'Neill for Kolitz. And now DeLuca. Hager. Over to Kolitz. 3 goals in the game for Meg Kolitz, including her 100th collegiate tally. DeLuca into the middle, looking to shoot maybe? No. Thought for a second she might shoot that ball. But made the right decision and backed it out. 1:45 to go. Vassar has to extend the defense now. Hager for Kolitz. Masucci handles that low pass from Meg Kolitz. Now the double team. Who's open? Masucci lost it out of bounds. So Vassar will restart. 1:26 on the clock. As now we'll have a stoppage with every whistle. Although they give it away. Turned over, and now Hager is whacked in the back of the head. She goes down. Brewers are lucky not to take a yellow card of their own here, as Hager was absolutely dropped in the corner. Whistle goes on Tolan. 1:20 left as RPI has it again, and really a big mistake there for Vassar. And really the story of this game in a nutshell is Vassar unable to get out of their own end of the field. Wakefield, she's double teamed but dodges through it. Down low, Kolitz. Over to DeLuca. Now McKenzie. O'Neill. Wakefield again. Under a minute to go. Wakefield right to the net, leaving a player on the ground in her wake. That was Palma. Now Hager. She gets free. Back to Wakefield. 34 seconds left. Engineers look to be headed to their 3rd consecutive Liberty League title game. Masucci for Kolitz. 22 seconds left. 24. Now Kirchner. DeLuca. Fans getting up. There's a loose ball in front. Swatted behind and picked back up by Aaron DeLuca. Mackenzie O'Neill fakes a shot. Back behind the cage. And that's the final horn. That'll do it. The Engineers are headed to tomorrow's title game with an 11-7 victory. RPI improves to 12-4 overall. The Brewers end their season at 11-5. Top scorers for the Brewers: Dara Davis, 3 goals. Phoebe Zanis with 2. And that would be Julia Trudell with 2 as well. In goal for the Brewers was Kate Pula, and she made 7 saves. For RPI, top scorers: Meg Kolitz, 4 points on 3 goals and an assist. Mackenzie O'Neill, 2 goals. Jamie Wakefield, 2 goals. Aaron Riley, 2 with an assist. 2 assists for Schofield and a goal each for Page and Aaron DeLuca. RPI advancing to face the winner of our second game coming up here on RPI TV. It's the Herons of William Smith taking on the Dutchwomen of Union. We'll have that game coming up for you in approximately a half hour, I have to guess. We'll get an exact time. You can check out rpiathletics.com. They'll have that listed. Once again, final score here in our first semifinal. It was the Engineers 11 and the Brewers of Vassar 7. You've been watching it all on your home for RPI Women's Lacrosse, RPI TV.
Nope.
That's not fair. I was gonna be like,
Tomorrow, Saturday, I'll put it on.
Suit Saturday?
Suit Saturday. I'm having a three-piece suit tomorrow.
Suit up. Everyone owns a 3-piece suit. See, I only have a 2-piece suit.